I'm Harvey Kaplan. I'm the director of the Scottish Jewish Archive Centre here in Garnet Hill Synagogue. We are trying to tell the story of the Jewish experience in Scotland more or less over the past 200 years. We're trying to gather together the story in all its different forms, whether it's archives, documents, records, oral history, photographs, all kinds of items which tell part of this story.
My name's Deborah Haas. I'm the Honorary Curator for the Scottish Jewish Archive Centre, and I think I've been involved for about 20 few years. Collectively, I think the whole collection is extraordinary because it captures so much of the experience of Jewish people in Scotland going back over 200 years, but also where they came from in many instances, the old country as we talk about. So I think that is probably quite unique to have that in one collection and to be able to tell so many stories. And we cover the whole of Scotland as well, which is, I think, is fantastic.
We started creating this archive in the middle of the 1980s on a shoestring with very little expertise. We had historical expertise and people brought the expertise from their various careers and outside activities, but none of us were archivists.
On a most basic level, we need help. Some of that help comes from the fact that we have friends of the archive who pay an annual subscription, and we have a committee, volunteers, and we organise fundraising events. But we're not professional archivists, and some organisations like the Scottish Council for Archive can be a great boon to us because it's a place we can go to and we can check if we're doing it right. And also some of the recent initiatives that they've been doing have been extremely helpful for us.
We were told about this new Scottish archive portal that was being developed, and we were encouraged to become sort of early adopters, if you like, and we thought, well, this could be a good thing to do.
The Scottish Jewish Archives, they've done a great deal and they've got really good premises. They've already got a lot of the material of professional archives, but they wanted some support to develop their procedures and their policies, that kind of thing, and look at what they were doing and whether they could improve their practice in some areas.
Elspeth was able to come in and in a way she was able to do an independent, objective appraisal of our operations and what we do. And we were able to go through all our different processes from when an item goes into our collection through the cataloguing process to storage and all the rest of it, and tell her what we do. And she also has looked at all our various forms and policies where we have them. So there are areas where we already have forms and policies, and Elspeth has looked through them and made very useful suggestions about how to improve these or bring them up to standard.
So there was only 6 months to do this in, and some of these things you have to kind of make suggestions and allow time to try them out. So they had to prioritise what they needed. So we focused really on improving the cataloguing and on policies to do with collections management and their documentation, that kind of thing.
Well, I think we would like to continue on what we see as a journey of professionalisation. We realise now that we're not going to become accredited archives this year, this month. There's no reason why we can't professionalise in various areas of our work. whether it's storage or cataloguing. We would ideally now like to engage a professional archivist. Our involvement with Scottish Council and Archives is not just important for us, and it's not just about what we can get out of it. I think part of it is also to show the wider archival society or whatever in Scotland that there's more to archives in Scotland than the usual civic and church archives, etc. But there are immigrant and ethnic minority communities in Scotland whose contribution should be recorded, and it's really important to do that, to do it to the highest standard. And like ourselves, you have to start somewhere, but if we can show an example to other small communities in Scotland, that's also good. So we're conscious, I think, of the fact that if our experience and our work is showcased through the Scottish Council and Archives, maybe other immigrant groups and minority groups will be inspired to go on a similar journey.